Most girls don't actually want to be average. They're terrified of it. But they keep participating in it every single day because average feels socially safe. And the moment you start becoming exceptional in any way, prettier, smarter, more disciplined, more confident, more emotionally stable, more ambitious, people react to you differently. Some admire you, some copy you, some secretly resent you, and a lot of girls unconsciously shrink themselves because they can feel that shift happening. But if you're listening to this, I already know something about you. You are not built to blend into wallpaper. You are not meant to be forgettable. You are not meant to spend your entire life trying to seem relatable to people who are deeply committed to mediocrity. And I think the first thing you need to understand is that being extraordinary is actually very unglamorous at first. That's the part nobody tells you. Everyone loves the aesthetic of excellence. Nobody talks about the loneliness of it, the discipline of it, the repetition of it, the amount of times you have to disappoint people by choosing yourself. Because average people live almost entirely off impulse. Exceptional people live off intention. There's a difference. Average says, I'll do it when I feel motivated. Exceptional says, I said I would do it, so I will. Average waits to feel confident before taking action. Exceptional understands confidence is a side effect of evidence. You build it after the action, not before. And honestly, one of the biggest things that changed my life was realizing that self-respect is literally just keeping promises to yourself. That's it. Every time you abandon yourself, delay your goals, tolerate treatment you hate, speak negatively about yourself, or constantly betray your own standards, your brain registers it. Psychologically, you stop trusting yourself. And then girls wonder why they feel insecure all the time. As insecurity is often self-abandonment piled up over time. Meanwhile, the girls who seem magnetic, grounded, untouchable, they usually just have a very strong relationship with themselves. They trust themselves. Their inner voice sounds safe, certain, loving, disciplined. Also, let's talk about attention for a second, because this is huge. Average girls are chronically distracted. Their mind is scattered across people, drama, notifications, gossip, comparison, overthinking, random validation, and consuming everybody else's life instead of building their own. You cannot become exceptional with fractured attention. Your attention is your life force. Whatever you repeatedly pay attention to grows. Which means if your attention is constantly on who doesn't like you, who viewed your story, whether somebody texted back, whether you're prettier than another girl, congratulations, you're building a very small life. The most unforgettable women I've ever met are deeply self-focused, not selfish, self-focused. There's a difference. They are immersed in their own growth, their own beauty, their own goals, their own creativity, their own peace. They are fascinating because they are fascinated with their own life. And another thing, stop romanticizing being chill about everything. I genuinely think a lot of women dilute themselves trying to seem low maintenance and easy to handle. Meanwhile, the highest quality people on earth usually have standards, strong ones. You should care about the quality of your life. You should care how people speak to you. You should care what enters your mind every day. You should care about your future. You should care about your health and appearance and emotional regulation and finances and environment. That is not vanity. That is stewardship. I also need you to understand that being exceptional is not about becoming universally liked. That's impossible. In fact, the more distinct you become, the more polarizing you become. People only universally like watered down things. No one has a strong opinion about beige wallpaper. The girls everyone remembers usually decided consciously or unconsciously that they were willing to be misunderstood. And weirdly enough, one of the fastest ways to stop being average is to stop copying everybody. I see this constantly online. Same personalities, same phrases, same face, same opinions, same energy. People are terrified of originality because originality exposes you to judgment. But imitation never creates magnetism. There's something so powerful about a woman who fully inhabits herself, her actual love, her actual taste, her actual opinions, her actual dreams. Even her flaws feel elegant because they belong to her. And I think that's the real secret nobody says out loud. The women who stand out the most are usually the women who stopped performing constantly. They stopped shape-shifting for approval. They stopped begging to be chosen. They chose themselves so deeply that it changed the entire energy of their life. So if you truly don't want to be average anymore, stop asking, how do I look exceptional? And start asking, what would an exceptional woman repeatedly do every single day? Then become her privately first. Because real power always shows up internally before the world notices it externally. Love you no matter what.